Hey guys, let's do some algebra today. So what I wanted to show is that for some real number r in the open interval 0 to 1, that n is equal to the floor of 1/2 plus r times the floor of 1/2 plus n over r. Um, so first of all, we have this sort of outer floor, and we're going to show that it's equal to n. Well, another way of doing that is to show that the inside is less than or equal to n, but less than n plus 1, because that will imply that the floor is in fact equal to n. So we have the n side, and so we have two equalities, so we can just tackle it case by case. So first, we'll look at the lower bound, and we just subtract 1/2 from both sides and then divide by r. So what we'll get is 2n minus 1 over 2r is less than or equal to r plus 2n over 2r, where I just added these two fractions in the inside of the floor. Now, one property of the floor function is that the floor of x is greater than x minus 1, which specifically we can see from a graph. If you were to graph x minus 1 and the floor of x, you would see that x minus 1 passes through all of the open holes of floor of x. So we know that then r plus 2n over 2r, this is the floor of x, so this is greater than 2n minus r over 2r. And so I just subtracted 1 from here. And we want to show that this is always greater than or equal to 2n minus 1 over 2r. And in fact, it's always strictly greater, but that doesn't really matter for our inequality in the long run. But since you have these two r's and these two n's, everything cancels out, and you would get r is less than or equal to 1. And we see that our boundaries on r do in fact imply this. So the left hand of the inequality is good. Then we can pretty much do the same thing on this side of the inequality, and we want to show that this inequality is true, and so we can use another property of the floor function, that floor of x is always less than or equal to x. Then 2n plus r, or the floor of 2n plus r, is less than or equal to 2n plus r over 2r, and then this is strictly less than 2n plus 1 over 2r, because again, if we were to just look at this inequality, it simplifies to r is less than 1, which is, again, a true inequality. And so since both sides of this inequality check out, we get that the floor of this number has to equal n. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.